Hey, greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And I wanted to make this video for a long time now. I just wanted to wait for the right time to just kind of like go and just really kind of talk about how I feel about this guy right here, the Google Pixel Watch. Now, there's a lot of people that ended up getting this watch that were on Team Pixel. So shout out to the Team Pixel guys and gals. But there were a lot of people that also ended up getting the watch simply just because of their passion and love for the Pixel products. And it's a real thing. It exists, right? The same as you have it for, Apple and iPhone products, and the same you have it for Samsung products. Um, Over the last couple of years, I've seen a community of people who enjoy Google Pixels and, formerly the Nexus phones, kind of just blossom into something amazing. And while there's always, there's ups and downs when it comes to anything. That's just the way it is logically, right? You have the goods and bads of Samsung, the goods and bads of Apple iPhones, and there's goods and bads of Pixel. Um, the Pixel Watch to me really just kind of showed that Google is very serious about the whole thing with just creating this really, really insane ecosystem that I feel that is, it's blossoming into something amazing. Um, we've had the Pixel phones for a while, ever since they stepped away from the Nexus program to Google Pixel phones. And of course, their emphasis was photography and stuff like that because they already foreseen that that's one of the things that people are looking towards with their smartphones, right? Today, whether us nerds agree with it or not, but when you see a lot of content, they're always focusing on cameras. Samsung unboxings, that's one of the things that's going to be talked about in the initial reviews. Same with iPhones. It's always about the camera, right? Samsung has this amazing ability to like really zoom in enough, and the whole debacle with the AI thing was just like, oh, it was just weird because Google's been doing the same thing with this photography. Um, you have that. You have Apple that's like, recognized as like king of videography and everything, right? And Google is finally coming out um, with the Pixel Watch. Basically, there are some caveats to it, and I'm going to talk about those first because that's one of the first things that some people are always going to, end up going to is just, the downside to it, right? So with the Pixel Watch, the only downside that I would tell you that is with this watch is that you're going to have to charge it every day. So every day you take it off the charger, do your things on your wrist, get your notifications, tracks your health and all that good stuff. And then probably by the time you go to bed, you're gonna have to throw this on to charge up. Now you can get it into an additional day, but it's not gonna make it through the second day. So if you're someone that's like a very big person that like wants to track their sleep, then the Google Pixel Watch is probably not going to be the best thing for you. Not unless you're prepared to like, charge it up, say like probably in the evening time and it's like at 40%, you throw it back on the charger to give it that good 100% filled up and then sleep through the night with it on your wrist, right? Um, but to me, the Google Pixel Watch to me doesn't need to be a fitness tracker per se in that sense that it's going to give you like, track your sleep and stuff like that. Certain things, it's really good at, right? Like, heart rate monitoring and things like that. It's got a really, really cool fall detection, basically emergency mode, which is something that's really nice and can come very, very handy. I don't really want to go graphically about some possibilities that could happen where that would come into a very, helpful play. But let's just say that it's nice to have that on the watch itself. But yeah, battery life is probably going to be like one of the biggest caveats. The second caveat to this Pixel Watch is the speaker on here, right? Like, I honestly feel like that there could have been a better speaker put in. This speaker, if you have a Pixel Watch, you've taken a call on your watch, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This speaker on here is classified certified grade A squawk box. It's at the highest volumes. I almost am afraid that it is just going to bust the speaker, right? Just completely like flatline it to where it's like, it's even more like buzzery, like, um, which hopefully in the next generation they kind of fix that by putting in a much more better speaker that can handle treble, bass, mids, highs, and all that stuff. I don't need it to be a sound system in the car, but I would love for it to be able to be clear at high volumes when I'm taking calls. Because in fact, I do like taking calls on my watch, especially when I have my phone down on my desk and I want to walk away from it around the house and there's a call. I can answer it on my watch and take the call on my watch. Or next best thing, and that's pair your Pixel Buds to the watch and just do it that way. That's a workaround if you really want to know. Um, but those are the only two caveats to the Pixel Watch. Everything else about the watch is insanely good. Insanely good. And I think that's probably one of the biggest frustrations with a lot of people is that, they really want to love this watch for its entirety, but you can't dismiss that it has poor battery. And you can't dismiss that the audio from the speaker is not all up there. And that's pretty much it. Speaking truths here now. Um, Everything else about it is great. The display, to me, I'm not bothered by the size of the display. I know some people really want to wear satellite dishes on their wrist, and everyone has a different preference. Some people like their watches to be sleek, stylish, but not overbearing. And I'm that type of person. Like when I wear this watch and I go out, like it's a nice watch. It's got a nice size to it, in my opinion. Some people will say, "Oh, the screen's too small," or whatever. I don't need to have an Aztec sundial on my wrist. What I need is to be able to visibly see notifications that comes in and whatnot. I don't type messages on this watch. It's really cool that it has a keyboard and everything that you could type if you can actually position your fingers just right. But I wouldn't do it. Voice to text works just fine. No, it doesn't have a camera. I think one person asked me that on a previous video about my Pixel Watch and asked if it has a camera to take photos. No, and I really wouldn't want it to. But there is something really cool you could do with this, and that's paired this with any of my Pixel devices, right? And I can literally set up this tripod just like this and just hit record or, a snap photo. And it acts as a remote to be able to take photos, so which is really, really cool. Really, really handy. Um, the weight of the watch is a nice balance to it. It's got some weight, so that it's just not a toy or anything like that. But it's not overbearing where it feels like that if you fell in the water you'd sink straight to the bottom. So it's very nice, very comfortable. And the stock watch band is also very comfortable too as well. Having it for some time now, I'm able to break it in, and it flexes very well. So I would say that just general, you can just rock it with the stock strap. Now you can also get like a whole different different types of watch bands that are just amazingly cool. One of the ones that I definitely will get my hands on sometime here soon is the stretchable woven band, where there's no metal clasps or anything like that. You slide it on like you're sliding on a sweatband or something, and it fits snug to your wrist and everything. That's definitely one that I really want. So, today, whether you get the LTE model, which, that's obviously going to like have a different experience because having a LTE cellular connection on a watch is definitely going to hit that battery harder than it does for the non-LTE, which is what I have. I just have the straight Wi-Fi Bluetooth version. I don't have the LTE version. But if you got that, then I mean, you could be expecting even poorer battery life. Now, what I actually want to see with the future Pixel Watch 2, definitely, I would like to have two models. I know that's a lot to ask for, but to have two models where there's a bigger display one for those who want an Aztec sundial on their wrist, and then those that want, a nice, sleek, but not overbearing size, like the current Pixel Watch, have a size like that. Um, I would love for it to have insanely good battery life. Like, the fitness stuff and everything is great and all, and I do enjoy that. But for me, when it comes to a smartwatch, it's a satellite to my phone to just basically give me notifications regarding any message that I'm getting, whether it's from social apps, text messaging, or chat. I just want those notifications. And, if they can do that and deliver me like 2 day battery life, I would be so grateful for that. That would be like insane. One of the last cool things that I love about my Pixel Watch is that I do use a lot of tap to pay because a lot of places have conformed into accepting Google Pay and Apple Pay. So I love being able to just tap my watch near the screen to make a purchase, not having the need to pull out my phone. Like the less that I have to pull out my phone, the better. That's the type of end user that I am. Um, Overall, if I'm gonna rate it, you know, some people might be like, what would you say its rating is? Out of 10, 10 being perfect tech, the Pixel Watch hits a solid 6.5 in my book. The battery and the audio just needs to be smoothed out, and it would be an insanely 8.5 to 9, hands down. So anyways, that's just my thoughts on the Pixel Watch. Thanks for checking out this video. Really appreciate it. Y'all know what to do. Help get this video circulated by smashing the like button, because I would truly appreciate that. If you guys have any other questions about the Pixel Watch, drop them in the comments, and I will use those questions for the follow-up video in a few months or so. But yeah, that is my time with it. And the last thing I'm going to say is to the entire tech community, again, like I said, I'll never forget what you guys did. You know, gifting me the Pixel 7 and the Pixel Watch. Unheard of, unreal, and I'm always grateful. Always humble, always grateful, and I love you guys very much for that. And that just goes to show that when you got a solid community behind you, anything's possible. So, shouts out to all of you guys. Salute to y'all. Thanks for checking it out. Y'all know what to do. Bite my tech. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.